It's now 7 days until the US election, just a week until we know whether Donald Trump or Kamala Harris will be president. This is an important topic. I'm going to bring in now Michael Kroger and Graham Richardson. Welcome to you both. Now,
Sharri.
We're going to come back to Qantas in just a minute. But Michael, where do you think this US election is headed? A week from today, we should, if it's not a close result, we should know the answer. Michael, do you think we're looking at a Trump presidency as the polls are starting to suggest?
Well, the answer to that question should be that Trump looks like the obvious winner. But the reason I'm cautious about declaring him the winner is this, that the polls were wrong by a huge margin 4 years ago. In Wisconsin, the polls had Biden winning by 9, he won by 1. In Pennsylvania, they were 5 out. So what I don't know is, have the pollsters allowed for the shy Trump voter effect in these new polls which show level or one behind, one in front? I don't know how much shy Trump voter effect they've taken into account in reaching these polls, because as people might know by now, the polling figures that are produced are not raw figures. They're all altered because you might have too many women, too many men, too many young people, too many old people. So they're all adjusted, these polls, to give a more balanced number. But what I don't know is how much shy Trump voter effect is in these polls, which is why I don't know whether Trump's going to win easily or whether she's going to win narrowly. It looks like a Trump victory, but it's very hard to know without knowing how much of shy Trump voter effect is in these polls, Sharri.
And Richard, what about the number of people who are voting early? Do you and both camps are imploring their base to get out and vote. Of course, in the US, there's not compulsory voting. Richo, how are you reading the election campaign at the moment?
Well, I'd love to be able to open a few ballot boxes and find out, because this early voting trend in America is growing. You know, they didn't have it for a long time. Now they've got it. Everyone wants to try and do it. And both sides are urging people to get out and vote early. Not, I hope, vote often. So if that's what they're doing, then and both sides are doing it, then it's hard to pick which, whether you should be saying this must be going well for one or the other. I don't really know, but what you can detect is a movement back towards Trump over the course of the last couple of weeks. And he's now not only in it with a real show, you'd have to say he's the slight favourite over Harris.
Michael, you've been quite analytical in your comments when we talk about the US election. Do you have a strong view over which candidate would be better for Australia?
Well, I think probably Trump, because, for all his immense faults, I'm sort of in the Greg Sheridan category. Sheridan's written about Trump extensively, and I tend to agree with Greg's views on Trump. And I'm very worried about his position on the Ukraine, which I find inexplicable. But the reason I wouldn't vote for her, and I'd prefer not to vote for him either, but the reason I wouldn't vote for her is I think she's completely vacuous. I don't think she's got a clue. She is like an actress. And the advisors have said to her, here are the 8 things, just repeat these 8 things. Trump, 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 put it behind us, and all the, these phrases she keeps using, these word salads as they call it. I don't think she's got a clue. And if you've been around politics for as long as I have, and you've seen politicians interviewed, you know she hasn't got a clue. And there are very strong telltale signs. When that couple asked her in that town hall meeting, what are you going to do about inflation and the high prices? And there was this terrible pause, and she said, prices are going up. And it got worse from there. And I'm thinking, she has no idea about economic policy whatsoever. Zero, zilch. So I think she'll be terrible. And like Biden, she won't be running American foreign policy because I don't think she knows anything about it.